This is where it's easy for moms to start having baby blues, and if not watched, it will actually lead to postpartum depression. These things are real. Mental issues are actually very real postpartum. Hello mamas, welcome back to Double Joy Mama, your go-to channel for motherhood, pregnancy, and everything in between. So today we're going to be discussing about things you can do when you find out you're pregnant, when you get that BFP. And BFP is an acronym for Big Fat Positive. This is when you see that double line, when you see that double line on the stick, or when you see pregnant written on that test kit. Yes, that is what BFP means, Big Fat Positive. It's actually a terminology used when you're TTCing. That's when you're trying to conceive, most times. Okay, so disclaimer though, these things I'm going to share in this video is what I used during my experience when I was pregnant, or the experience of moms around me, what we did during our pregnancy journey. I know. So it's not something you must do. I'm not a doctor. I'm just giving my own opinion about this. First thing is that when you are preparing your body for pregnancy, when you know that very soon I want to get pregnant, it will be best if you start using folic acid. Folic acid is very good daily. Folic acid is very good to preparing your body for pregnancy. So it helps with the early stages of pregnancy, where your baby's brain, spinal cord, their skull is still forming. It helps prevent neural tube defects like spinal bifida. It helps prevent things like that, because early stage of pregnancy is actually very important, when the embryo is still doing what it wants to do, before forming into a real baby. A baby, not a real baby, a baby. Your first trimester is between 4 weeks when you find out, to 12 weeks. That's your first trimester. So during your first trimester, be sure to take your folic acid, start taking prenatals. It's very important. Some women don't eat very well during this time, so they tend to get more of the nutrients from prenatals. And I'm not saying that you must use prenatals. It depends. If you feel like you eat very well, your foods are nutritious enough, and you're not always throwing up, you can leave the prenatals, because sometimes these prenatals, they even make you have nausea. So it depends what works for you. But during my time, I used folic acid and I started using prenatals before my pregnancy. So into my first trimester, I was using folic acid and prenatals already. First trimester too, you have to start antenatal, but I didn't even start my antenatal till I was 12 weeks. Most times we don't start antenatal till we're 12 weeks. Even if you go for a scan or something, they will tell you to come back when you're 12 weeks or 8 weeks gone, so that they will be able to say that this pregnancy is viable. Because unfortunately, most miscarriages happen during the first trimester. So between that 5 to 12 weeks, 10 weeks, most miscarriages happen. And sometimes it could even be a missed miscarriage, where you did not even know that you were pregnant, and then your period just came regularly. Some people don't actually know. While some people, sometimes it could be an ectopic pregnancy, which you have to find out on time, because it could be life-threatening. So it depends. Some people might have to start, if you have had like a previous miscarriage before, immediately you find out that you're pregnant, it's good. It will be best if you notify your doctor that, I'm pregnant, or, what are we going to do now? Or they will start like monitoring you from then on. So also during your first trimester, I have to draw this down because it's a lot. During your first trimester, you have to watch out for environmental toxins like smoke, wall paints. Some of them contain this thing they call lead, and it could actually be a toxin for a pregnant woman. It's not good for her to breathe in something like that. It could affect our unborn baby at that early stages. It's very important. So you're very careful. You're not taking alcohol. You're not smoking. You're not using insecticide and staying in there. And also radiations like X-ray. You're not supposed to do X-ray during pregnancy. It's not safe at all. It's not safe for you, for the baby. It's not actually safe for the baby. X-rays are not safe. So please be watchful of that. Thank you. Another thing you must do is eating healthy. Eat a lot of greens, vegetables, stir fries, green pepper, red pepper, stir fries, meat, eggs, fish rich in omega-3, which is Titus. Titus is rich in omega-3. Please try to avoid fish that is high in mercury, like tuna, like mackerel. Those two, they are high in mercury. So please avoid those types of fish when you're pregnant. Also, monitor your symptoms. During implantation, sometimes you can bleed, but it shouldn't be like excessive bleeding. It's not supposed to be excessive. And I remember when I got pregnant for my first baby, I noticed that a bit of TMI. Sorry, I noticed that anytime I went to the toilet to pee, when I clean up, I'll see a bit of brown blood stains, and I normally would want to get worried about things like that, but I said, no, I'm going to speak the word of God into my baby. And I just kept declaring. I was like, I'm going to carry this baby to term. So mama, declare over your baby that you're carrying. Declare. God gave you that baby. Declare over your pregnancy. Declare over your health. Declare over your baby that you're going to carry that baby to term. And I would advise that you get this Supernatural Childbirth by Jackie Music. I will put the picture of the book up here. You should get it too. It really boosts your faith during pregnancy. Like there are declarations in the book that you can make that would boost your faith during pregnancy. Second trimester, that's between 13 weeks to 27. Yes, 27 weeks. Please continue your antenatals. Your antenatals is very important. Please don't miss antenatal classes and don't miss appointments with your doctor. It's very important. Continue your prenatals, continue eating healthy. It's very important too. Then this is around this time that you can find out the gender of your baby. At 20 weeks, you can find out the gender of your baby, if it's a boy or if it's a girl. So at this time, you can decide to start doing small shopping. Once you find out that if you don't want to buy unisex, or if you are someone that you don't want to check the sex before the baby comes, fine. But if you are someone that likes to check the sex so that you can prepare for the sex of the baby, the kind of clothes you buy and all of that. And also, this is when you start feeling fertile movements. So not serious jabs or something like that. Not serious jabs, just movements. We feel like, I remember from 18 weeks, I already started feeling, my first pregnancy, I already started feeling little movements here and there of your baby. So it is at this time too, you start feeling fertile movement. So this is where you can even study your baby. You study that, maybe it's when I lie down, lie down by the side, my baby moves. It is some pregnant people is when they drink very cold water, they feel their baby move. Some people is when they taste something very sweet. Like your baby can actually taste what you're drinking, what you're eating. Isn't God awesome? Yeah. So you can start studying your baby from then on. Okay, that's it. And please don't stop praying. Keep praying. Keep declaring over your pregnancy. Okay, the third trimester is from 28 weeks to birth. So during this time, this is the period that you nest. So a lot of moms nest during this period though. So nesting is when psychologically you are preparing, you are cleaning, you are organizing the house, getting ready for the arrival of your newborn baby. It's a mental thing. You just see yourself saying, okay, let me start arranging for the nursery. Let me start getting this thing, this potty, this one, set of clothes, that. This is the time that you just feel like doing those things. It's called nesting. It's a mental thing. This is when you have to also monitor the kicks of your baby. You have to monitor the kicks of your baby because also your baby has grown a bit more. So there is smaller space. So even the kicks that used to feel so much in second trimester, you might not feel it so much in third, but you will know that your baby is moving. Your baby will give you signs that, I'm moving, I'm here, and all of that. So yeah, you have to keep monitoring, keep checking on those kicks, They are quite important. Your bladder gets full easily during this time. Your bladder gets full, like you just start peeing a lot. You pee and just pee, and especially at night when you're all calm, when you are resting, you just see yourself peeing and peeing. And when you're during this time too, you start getting uncomfortable sleeping on the bed because of how heavy your tummy is. So it's best to get pillows, pregnancy pillows, or the normal pillows too can help, where you look for the most comfortable position for yourself. If you want to put it between your legs, if you want to put it at your back, just look for the most comfortable position for you that will help you sleep. But it's just a pity that most times you have to wake up to pee. You pee a lot during this time because the baby is getting bigger and resting on your bladder. Okay, so that's some things that you have to face in pregnancy, right? So this is also a time where some moms start eating a lot. Like they might tend to eat a lot because of they are also feeding the baby. Their body might be asking for more food, which they cannot reject anyway. So try to eat healthy mainly. I think that would be the main. Not that you should not eat, but eat healthy. Eat healthy food. Take healthy drinks, fruit juice, tiger nuts, things like that. Please try and avoid pineapple though. I don't know how certain that pineapple thing is, but I heard that it could cause uterus contractions. So it could actually lead to early labor. And you don't know how your body works. So it's better you just avoid something they said has happened to someone before, that, oh, I took this thing and then I started contracting early and having early labor. So I would suggest you avoid pineapple for that time. But take other fruit juices. You can even blend them, drink them. They are healthy. This is also the time where you either start glowing or you will start getting really dark. You start getting really dark because you start releasing something called melasma. Your skin starts getting really dark. It depends. Some people glow during this time, while some people get really dark. Some people get fatter, while some people get slimmer. Some people, they have so much energy during this time, while some people are just fatigued. They just want to lie down and sleep and sleep. It just depends. This thing is really a body thing. And what one body shows in pregnancy might not be what another body. Even though you are twins, what one Taiwo is facing in pregnancy might not even be what Kenny is facing in pregnancy. So just know what works for you. But if your body is asking for rest, please rest. If you have the energy, you can take brisk walks. Except if you were told by your doctor that please take bed rest, like rest. Don't go on any exercise. Don't go on brisk walks. Don't go on anything like that. Then please, by all means, follow your doctor's advice. But if not, you can take a stroll, short walks in the evening in your estates where you live. Just walk a bit, 15 minutes walk, 20 minutes walk, 10 minutes walk, and come back home. It really helps your body prepare for labor. Yes, take a lot of rest. Take a lot of rest, drink a lot of water, take more food that is healthy, greens, please don't forget your greens, and vitamin C, oranges, take those things that are very healthy. Also, this is when you start creating your delivery birth plan. So do you want to give birth naturally, or do you want to have a C-section? So this is also at your discretion, and it's also according to your doctor's advice. Please don't say that you want to be an Igbo woman, and if your doctor advises that you go for CS, you say no, you want to be an Igbo woman and give birth naturally. Please just follow your doctor's advice. If your doctor advises CS, please just go for it. And if your doctor says that natural birth is fine, why not? Please do it. Okay, so you start preparing. Also prepare for when the baby will come, arranging the house. This is when you set your box ready and you're like, okay, we are ready for anytime. And this box, you should put it anywhere that is very easily accessible, because third trimester is when labor can actually come anytime. It's either you put it at the boot of your car, or you put it like somewhere in your sitting room where your husband can like easily grab the thing. So you know how men can be. Sometimes they will not quickly remember, or they will not even know where you kept the thing. Just keep it somewhere that is easily accessible. Oh, it's in the boot of the car. Start coming, that kind of thing. So put it where it's easily accessible. Arrange your things. Arrange the things for the baby. Pray over your baby's room. Pray over your baby. Just mentally get ready to for your baby's arrival. And then emotional support is very important during this time. You need a lot of emotional support. Like all these things I've said, it could be, I just quickly ramped them up, but If you think of it, facing all of this in 9 months is overwhelming. It's very overwhelming, and sometimes you will just see yourself crying for no reason. So there was this day that I came out from the bathroom, I just finished having my bath, and then I just started crying. And my husband was looking at, what's wrong with you, babe? What's wrong with you? I was like, no, nothing. And all you just needed at that time is just this hug, like, don't worry, you're going to be fine. You're going to get through this. And in any way they can help, please, emotional support is very important. If you see that you are not you don't feel so much support, you can talk to your mom, you can talk to your friend that you're close to that know about your pregnancy, you can talk to your spouse if you feel like there's something you can do better at. So you can talk to him about it, that, oh, I don't feel like I'm receiving a lot of support from you, this, that, and just do what works for you, really. And this is what people don't really talk about, the 4th trimester. This is when the baby comes. 4th trimester can be very tough, really. It can be very tough. It takes a lot, especially when you're a first time mom. Now, this is because this is a life-changing situation. You have not been in this kind of situation before, that you are not sleeping your full sleep in the night. You are not eating your regular food. You are not just watching out for yourself and your husband, grown-ups. You are now having someone that is totally dependent on you. That's a big deal. So it can take a toll on your emotions. This is where it's easy for moms to start having baby blues, and if not watched, it could actually lead to postpartum depression. These things are real. Mental issues are actually very real postpartum. So I remember when mine was even after my first baby. Mine was after my second baby. I became very moody. I don't want to come out of the room. I'll just stay in one place, and just thinking that, was I even ready for this? All those kind of things. But I was able to talk to, my husband about it. I was able to talk to people that were close to me about it, and little by little, I believe I'm coming out of that blues. I've never been depressed, but I've had baby blues. Instances where you actually just sit down on the toilet seat and cry. Just cry. And then you stand up, and then you move on, like you go about your daily activities. Yeah, it can happen. And you are not the only one going through this. If you are going through this right now as a mom, you are not the only one going through this. There are a lot of us going through this. But we need to always remember the reason we are here. We pray. We should always remember that we are living in our answered prayer. This moment, this phase that you are in right now was once a prayer request. And I think anytime you think back to that time, you be like, God, thank you. And I know that this phase is not going to last forever, Mama. This phase is going to be something that you do, it will pass, and then you get to another phase of your life in your motherhood journey. In your motherhood journey, is phase by phase. There's the phase where the child is totally dependent, and there's the phase where they will start getting independent little by little. So just believe and know that this phase will not last forever, and always pray over your kids, always pray over your family, pray over your children. It's very important. If you feel like you are getting overwhelmed, you can ask for help from a friend, from a relative. If you have the money, you can get a nanny. You can get a maid that can help you take out some of those stress and give you a breather once in a while. So we have come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Thank you so much, and you have got this, Mama. Mwah. Bye.